The Queen got into the festive spirit as she brought Christmas cheer to youngsters at a children's hospice earlier. Wishing everyone a very happy Christmas, she toured Charlton Farm Children's Hospice on the outskirts of Bristol. Queen Camilla met 4-year-old Kitty Jones, who was dressed for the occasion in an Elsa dress from the film Frozen. Kitty and her parents, Georgina and Dave Jones, were helped by the hospice after a bereavement. Bending down to meet her and to examine the fabric of her gown, the Queen told Kitty, "Don't you look pretty? Isn't that lovely, and your necklace and the crown as well?" The Queen also handed out Royal Collection Trust tree decorations, tiny red Buckingham Palace crowns, soldiers in red tunics and golden coaches, and a keepsake replica coronation crown. Turning on the Christmas lights on the hospice's 8-feet-high tree, she was helped by 1-year-old Frankie Stevens. The Queen asked the toddler, who was being held in the arms of her mother Lauren, "Look, here. Shall we do it together? You and I." Queen Camilla chatted to the family about the atmosphere at the hospice, adding, "You always think it's going to be a very sad place, but they're the most uplifting places. The first time I went to one I couldn't believe how uplifting it was." Her Majesty praised the staff at the hospice for all their work. "I wanted to thank all the nurses who work here who do such a fantastic job in making life a lot happier for the children and their families," she said. During the visit, the Queen handed out Christmas gifts to children and spoke with families at the hospice. The Queen became patron of Children's Hospice Southwest, as Duchess of Cornwall, in 2014. Charlton Farm was the only one of the charity's 3 hospices that the Queen was yet to visit. Nestled in the North Somerset countryside near Bristol, it provides a home from home for families of children and young people with life-limiting or life-threatening conditions, to allow them to spend precious time together. It cares for almost 200 children, supporting family members from diagnosis through to bereavement and beyond. The Queen also visited Emmaus Bristol in Bedminster to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the homeless charity. Emmaus Bristol is one of 30 Emmaus communities across the UK that works to provide accommodation and meaningful employment opportunities for rough sleepers. The Queen was accompanied by Lord Lieutenant of Bristol, Peaches Golding, and even used her ceremonial sword to cut a celebratory cake. She quipped, "Not a very elegant slice," as she pulled the long sword through the Victoria sponge smothered in icing, adding, "It's not the easiest to cut." Ms. Golding took her sword back from the Queen and later revealed she had used it for the same purpose when celebrating her birthday on Wednesday. The Queen toured the main warehouse area, where donated items are repurposed and upcycled, and the charity shop. Emmaus Bristol was the first site that Her Majesty visited after becoming patron of the charity in 2006. Luke McCreary, Chair of Trustees at Emmaus Bristol, said, "I think the next couple of years will be tough in the current climate, the cost of living increases, a drop in volunteers, and we're also seeing a drop in donations. But I think if we can, and we will with the team here, make it through the next couple of years, then we'll look to expand and get more properties." There was an exchange of presents before the Queen left, as she donated a large bag of chocolates, while the charity presented her with dog bowls for her 2 pet Jack Russell Terriers, Beth and Bluebell.